Welcome back to Project Lowball, the RNG-dependent health series in which we beat every single Pokemon boss with the single lowest level Pokemon possible, hosted by you to our paladin. Today I'll be showing you a level 1 Kofu solution that is fairly RNG-dependent and probably the most tedious level 1 solution I have ever found. Here's how it works. So, Water Absorb Vaporeon can learn Roar. This is the sole Water Absorb Pokemon that can learn Roar. And a ghost type of Water Absorb is fully immune to Crabominable. We hold a focus sash, we Tera Ghost turn 1, and we roar. We need to keep that focus sash. If we get hit turn 1 and use our focus sash on the Veluza, we lose. If we bring out Wug Trio, we lose. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. But yeah, so essentially, you could theoretically rely on the sandstorm damage by winning safety goggles or leftovers and praying for the Veluza slash, which you'll be immune to. But essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to deal as much damage as we can with trailblaze after we set up, followed by some shadow balls and a Crabominable struggle. Assuming we get hit with slash by the Veluza, we keep our focus sash. The struggle recoil then kills Crabominable, and from there we sweep with ease. It is incredibly funny, it is incredibly tedious, and since we can't turn on battle animations in Gen 9 for some fuck-ass reason, we're going to be here for a while. So I just have Discord open on my computer. Now that's doing me any fucking good. Not that anything I'm doing is doing me any fucking good. That was a 2-minute fucking walk up. Remember, the Veluza has to use Sash. We have to keep that focus Sash to survive the struggle hit from Crabominable to get that kill. Because it will struggle before we can kill it with all of our other moves. Quite unfortunately. Shadow Ball is chosen because it's not resisted and we get the damage boost from being Tera Ghost. Okay. Wait. Come on, bring out your Crabominable. Bring out your Crabominable. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh! Well, that's it. We win from here. It's just going to be incredibly slow. I don't even have much other commentary aside from comment 6 times. Just use Trailblaze all 32 times. Use Shadow Ball until it struggles and kills itself, and we win. It only has a normal fighting and water move, and we're completely immune to that. From there, we sweep everything else with the levels we get off killing Crabominable. This is an incredibly funny and incredibly tedious victory. I don't have a ton of interesting commentary. I guess we'll talk about the Vaporeon. Again, I chose it because it was the sole Water Absorb user that had Roar. And I can make anything a Ghost type with Tera Ghost. I feel like Tera Ghost is going to get a lot of use in this since it grants full immunity to 2 types. But yeah, that, and then like, you know, you can just kill with, by setting up and shadow balling and having some way to kill the first Pokemon. I considered like setting up my physical defense since I was gonna use Scald, since Scald couldn't quite like one tap everything else at +6. By the way, my EVs are 252 special attack up nature, and 252 defense, because originally I was gonna do a defense strat, but turns out the defense and speed EVs are completely irrelevant. You just need to max your special attack. God, the Gym Leader Final Pokemon theme in Gen 9 is pretty fucking bad, dude. It's not good. I find it funny that Vaporeon gets Trailblaze of all moves. They really do just give this thing a physical grass move. The alternate strat I had, which would theoretically be a lot better, if we're being honest, would be to rely on the sandstorms that can naturally occur in this area, but I couldn't consistently force the sandstorm, so I decided against using that strategy. How it would work was you would still have to fish for Slash from Veluza. Then you would then after you fish out the Slash from Veluza, you would roar and break out the Crabominable, same as only. The only difference is that instead of PP stalling it, you would instead be able to rely on the sandstorm sandwich to kill it, and you would instead be holding a either a pair of safety goggles from doing 4 other gems first, or a pair of leftovers to functionally negate the sandstorm damage. I'm gonna have to charge my Switch, so I'm gonna have to set my phone down briefly. I'm not gonna do any turns whilst the camera's not on the Switch, because I don't want anyone to question the legitimacy of this tedious shit. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have to stall for all 32 turns. So I guess I'll just talk about like a game I wanted to make or something. I don't fucking know. I canceled it because I just don't have the motivation to do fucking anything recently. But yeah, so the premise of the game is that it's called Bloody Mary's Embrace, and you play as this kid named Kenny and his friend Bloody Mary. Kenny summons Bloody Mary in what is implied to be in a suicide attempt, which is later revealed to be because he is expecting to die for unrelated reasons that Halloween considered Bloody Mary the less painful option. Bloody Mary is a kid his age, they're both 13 years old, and after Kenny doesn't run away scared, because that, wasn't the plan, she suggested just go trick-or-treating together instead, and then you just get to play a little RPG where you can go trick-or-treating, triggering 1 of 20 random events, and learning about why Kenny expects to die, and the existence of a cult that is tied to Kenny's expected death. That's all I'm going to reveal right now. I had, the movesets for Mary and Kenny coded in an RPG Maker, but I know I can code it, aside from, I wanted Kenny's classes to be tied to Halloween costumes, and, you change classes by changing costumes mid-fight. But I couldn't figure out how to get classes to change mid-fight, whilst also giving each class different weapons, so I just decided not to. So, yeah, and I just can't find the motivation to code all of that. Yeah, I do find, the use of roar to be very interesting here. I love how much strategization has come into Project Lowball. I did want to use the weather version of the strategy instead, because using the overworld weather for a strat in Project Lowball is such a cool and creative thing. That would be so fun to do. But the reason that doesn't work is that you can't consistently control it. And since we can win at level 1 either way, it's not needed. Now, if I had to rely on the Sandstorm to have a level 1 win versus leveling up some, I would just go with the Sandstorm strat, honestly. Because I'd rather take a really tedious but consistent level 1 win over a level 6 win. So, yeah. Luckily, we don't have to rely on the Sandstorm. Because we can just rely on, PP stalling and having it kill itself with struggle after we use all our trailblazes and some shadow balls, and then we, at +6 special attack and +6 speed, you outspeed and one-tap his entire team. I did find it funny if you force their final Pokemon out first, via Roar or something, it goes right into the final Pokemon theme, even though they're on their first Pokemon. The final Pokemon theme was not meant to go on this fucking long. It's funny that, his ace, the Crabominable, is the weak link that you can set up on, of all things. This is as close as we will ever get to a Ghost-type evolution, and I could just cry. They swear on their mother's grave to never get Vivi in their evolution, I swear. Why won't they do it? We're supposed to get them every 2 gens. We got some in Gen 2, 4, 6, and then we didn't get any in Gen 8. Maybe in Gen 10? Maybe in ZA. A man can dream. God, I just want more Eevee evolutions, I'll be honest. I love Eevee so fucking much. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, if not my favorite. This is so hilariously stupid and tedious. Like, it's literally, like, I literally like to imagine the crowd is just, like, watching this, like, Crabominable attempt to beat up this Vaporeon, and all the attacks are just phasing through it as Vaporeon, like, lets the attacks go through by turning into water, because its body is very similar to water molecules. And it's just, like, sitting there, like, just, like, watching in confusion as Crabominable tries to attack it, as it just nibbles it. Because that's what these attacks are, functionally just nibbling it. I hate this strat, it's so tedious, dude. What was that, like, little flash of, like, where it went to the crowd for a second? That was a weird quirk. Then again, this game's kind of jank as much as I love it. Even I can admit that it's jank as hell. Yeah. So, I'm playing Sub-Singularity in the background. It's still going. We are completely invincible until he has to struggle, which is going to be soon. He does it after a few Shadow Balls. 6 Calm Mind, Trailblaze, and then 252 attack, EVs, Tera Ghost, Water Absorb Vaporeon with Trailblaze, Calm Mind, Roar. You have to keep your focus sash until Crabominable, so you have to fish the sash from Veluza, which will be immune to acid terrestrializing, and then you have to rely on the you have to rely on him setting up Crabominable instead of Void Trio. I assume he'll never use the water move on Veluza, so I assume that's 2 50-50 coin flips in a row, which gives you roughly 25% win rate. What's worse is that the animations get even slower when you have to switch to Shadow Ball. By the way, you do need to PP up Trailblaze to have enough Trailblazes to do this. You might be able to do if you don't PP up either and like just use Shadow Ball sooner, but I'm not going to risk that. Kind of didn't account for the fact that all his Pokemon have low PP moves. Like, what's the Daisy, I fucking guess. Infinity divided by 2 is still infinity. So that special defense drop I don't think changes the damage count. Actually, it might. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that point. Maybe it did. Well, if so, we do need all the extra damage we can get because he is going to struggle any turn now. And he has to have 25% HP or less or else the struggle won't kill. And since he outspeeds us, if he survives and struggles again, we lose. I've never had that happen before, but that does terrify me deeply. I know if he gets into red, we're safe. I don't know if, like, switching to red is 25% health left or 20% health left. Or it might be 16% health left. I'm genuinely not sure. I think we're good, actually. Like, you can get him down to the red before he struggles, usually. At least on every attempt I've done, I've been able to do so, but you can't quite kill. Luckily, again, since we fish out the slash from Veluza, that allows us to do this. Yep, here it comes. Focus Sash kicks in. God, that's funny. Like, you literally just sit there and T-pose on him for like 15 minutes. All because he didn't want to switch out. Now, we're going to learn a lot of moves. We will be taking none of them. Now, Larry is very promising because he can't hurt any ghost type you send out. The only thing that he has on his Kamala that can hurt a ghost type is Sucker Punch, which you can just bait out his 5 Sucker Punches and win. And now we sweep. With ease. You got greatest of ease. I don't know what that's from. I just heard it once. There goes the Veluza. Oh, we absolutely don't want to learn Haze Game. And we are done. The most tedious Lowball. It's not even like exciting like the Neon fight, which is a similar length. Which, yeah, that's Lowball Kofu at level 1. Not a ton else to say about this. It's a very simple, just tedious solution I don't much care for. Again, if you're gonna like do this yourself and you don't want to deal with PP stalling, just use the sandstorm strat. Because but like one thing to note is that the sandstorm has to be going on when the battle starts. If it starts with battle for some reason, at least during my testing, it didn't damage the Pokemon. I don't know if that was just a bug or if that's how it always works. But yeah, that's the 4th gym down. I already got some ideas for Larry. Probably going to be very similar to the level 1 Hop victory. So yeah, I will see y'all when we're living like Larry.